welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I am going to teach you how to do beachy waves, like you've just got out of the sea and it's dried naturally and you've got that nice beachy wave look. Great for when you're wearing balayages, great for colour melts, and it's great for just like if you've got like baby lights or if you've got like natural like blonde on the ends and like darker roots. It's absolutely perfect for that sort of like colour, and you don't have to have the colour if you've got natural hair and you curl your hair and you have that beachy look and you're struggling how to get it. Well, I'm going to teach you how to do it. So I've got my lovely model here. This is the model that I done the colour bangs on. And so before we start, you want to prep the hair. So you want to shampoo and condition, towel dry your hair, and then oils and heat defense products before drying your hair. And then when it's nice and dry, like we've got something like this, we take our first section. So what I've done, I've literally sectioned it right from down the centre to the nape, and then I'm going to take sections just straight down like so. So basically when you're working with the beachy waves, I like to work on like an angle. So I've got my first section, about half an inch section, and then I've got my straighteners. These are label M's. I do have JHDs, but they're at my salon, and these are the ones that I use at home. I've got the temperature on 120, so it's not too hot, but if your hair's a little bit, you know, it doesn't hold the curl very strong, you can turn it up a bit higher if you want to. But I always like to have my temperature on about 120, really. It depends on like the hair density as well. So my model is got quite fine hair, but lots of it. But I find if you use the tools too hot, you can cause like colour, not colour, it's when the heat is too hot on the hair, it can mark the hair and it can fade out the colour as well. So I do a lot of colour in the salon, and what I don't want to do, I've just done a beautiful balayage or a beautiful colour melt, and then I go in too hot with the tongs or straighteners, and then you get like burn marks all the way down the hair, and you can just see like the hair colour has just faded out. So we take our section and we work on the side. So I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. If it's really, really long hair, this is the way that I recommend for the curl to last. So we go in on an angle, like so, spin it round once, then again back on itself and right down to the ends, get your ends in, and then you can wrap it up like you would with tongs. And then just be aware of the heat on the hair, and then spin out like that. So you've got a really nice bouncy curl. That works really well if you've got really long hair. So what I'm going to show you now is a technique also. So we go in on an angle, spin round, that's it, and then straight down, just straight down, and then twist. So you've got two different curls. The first curl is quite bouncy, and the second curl, you've got a wave and then it goes a little bit straighter towards the ends, and that's really good for that beachy look. Right, so I'm going to take down the next section. Pin up the hair. Right, so I'm going to work on the side. I'm going to spin my model around. And sometimes I like to do different curls all the way through, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so the straighteners go in on the side. Again, once over, back on itself and straight down to the ends, and then wrap up like tongs. This is going to give it a more of a bouncy curl, like so. And the next technique is straight in on an angle, flip over once and straight down. But don't forget to twist. That's really, really important. So it depends what curl you want to go for. So you've got the nice bouncy and you just got a little bit of the wave going on. And then you can spray it to hold it in place. Take down the next section. So I'm going to do the bouncy curl. Straight down, get your ends in, wrap it up like tongs. Be aware of the heat on the hair. And then when you release the hair, twist the straighteners round slightly and it'll keep that curl in. Okay, and the next curl, straight in and just straight down. And don't forget to twist. So this is the technique that I like to use for the beach wave look. So let me recap. So the bouncy curl, if it's really, really long hair, I advise you to do that all the way through, because if you do the other technique, as soon as you run your fingers through at the end, you might not get much of a wave left. But my model's got quite short hair, so I'm doing two different curls. So I've got a nice bouncy and then I've got a bit more of a straighter wave going on. Right, so straighteners in and then just straight down, get all those ends in and twist, like so. If you just want a bit of movement in your really long hair, then you could do the second curl, which isn't really bouncy. So that will just give it a bit of a wave like that all the way through. But we're going for beachy. Okay, so I'm going to do the bouncy curl. Straighten this in, round, back on itself, straight down, get your ends in, and then wrap up like tongs. See that? Okay, and then I'm going for the straighter curl. So straighten this in on an angle, over once and down, straight down. Get your ends in and twist. Because when you're twisting, the hair's still hot, so it's setting. And then I'm going to do a bouncy curl. Get your ends in, wrap up like tongs, and then release. And that's so we've got something looking like this. So you've got more of a big volume curl, and then you've got a straighter curl. The reason why I like to do the bouncy curl in with the beach wave is because I don't want the hair too flat. I still want it to have a bit of body and a bit of a movement, but I don't want it looking sort of wedding-y. Like wedding hair. Okay, and when I work, I look what I'm doing and I think, okay, I want a bit more volume over here or a bit over here. So it's using your eyes quite a lot. So on long hair, I recommend doing bouncy curls. And then on short hair, doing what I'm doing. So bouncy curl, straighter curl, bouncy curl, straighter curl. Okay, so straighten this in on an angle, over once and straight down. So this is going to give it a nice wave here, but a bit more straighter on the ends. And that's what you want, that's that beachy look. And then this is the Bouncy Curl. That's the springer. Let's bring her around. So straighten this in on an angle. So over once, over, like back on itself, and then straight down. Ooh. And then wrap the hair around the straighteners like tongs. Be aware of the heat, and then release it like that. Can you see that straight away? Really, really bouncy. And that is going to give us the volume that we need. So you've got a bouncy, straight curl. So take my section down again. The stand is so wobbly. Right, so I'm going to split that into two. Right, straighteners in on an angle, round, and straight down as you're to straighten hair normally. And don't forget to twist. So we're going into the Bouncy Curl. Straighteners in on an angle, over, grab the hair, back over, get all your ends in, and then wrap up like tongs. And just be aware of that heat on the hair. So you got something like that. So you can see where the bouncy curl is and where the straighter curl is. Right, so that's our section done. So what I like to do, before I move on to the next section, that's still warm, so that's still setting. So I just like to just mist it over with some hairspray. And then that's going to set lovely. See that? So we're going to work on this section now. Right, clip that hair out of the way, so it's not in my way. Clean that section. So you can see the difference. That's what we started off with, and then that's what we've achieved so far. Right, okay. So you're going to take that section. Clip that out of the way. Take your section. I'm using my curvy grips. Right, so we got a nice section here. I'm going to split that into two. So I'm going to do a bouncy curl and I'm going to do a straighter curl. So we're going to go in with a bouncy curl first of all. So straighteners in on an angle, round once, grab the hair, straight down, get all your ends in, wrap up like tongs. Be aware of the heat on the hair and release. Right, so now we're going to do a straighter curl. Straighteners in on an angle, over once, that's it, and straight down. And don't forget to twist. Like so. Take down your next section. Pin her up, and there you go. Again, my section there, you could go in with just one section, but I want to get as much detail with the curl as possible. So I'll split that into two. So we're going to go in with the bouncy curl. Straight down, get your ends in, wrap up, be aware of the heat. Straight down. We're going for a straighter curl. Straight down and twist. If you want a bit more volume, you could do a whole section, and so say that one there, I can get 3 out of that. So you could go in with just the bouncy curls in all that section, and that will just fill out the hair more. So it depends like what sort of thick, you know, like what volume you want when you're doing your curls, because everyone's slightly different, you know. There we go. Hey, look at that one. So I'm gonna do 2 bouncy ones here. Wrap up. That's it. Get your ends in. Like so. And don't be afraid if you're looking at something and go, actually that's not sitting in quite right. Just leave that for a while till it goes cold, and then just go back over it. You know, don't be afraid just to go back in, because we use our eyes quite a lot when we're working and think, oh, that's better. And then hairspray. Take your next section. So if someone says to you, right, I want a beachy wave look, but I still want volume, you know what to do. Do more of the bouncy curls. But don't be afraid to put the straighter curl in, because that is going to give it that beachy look, that what the client wants, or if you're doing it at home and that's what you want. Okay, so we're going in, round once, straight down, and twist. Again, straight in, get your ends in and twist. Just going to speed up a little bit now. So we're going to go for a bouncy curl, so over, grab the hair, over, straight down, get your ends in, wrap up like a pair of tongs, and then release. Don't forget to move the straighteners out with the curl, because as you're doing that, you're setting the curl. So get your end in there, wrap up. Now you know what I'm doing. I'm just speeding up a little bit more. We're nearly there now. Right, so I want to do these 2 sections with a straighter curl. So in, straight down, don't forget to twist. In, just round once, straight down, and don't forget to twist. And then I'm going to spray that. Take the next section down. Don't forget, when you're obviously working with heat, that you really need to protect the hair. So some nice oil when it's towel dried. Well, you've washed it, you've conditioned it, towel dried your hair. Some nice oil and some nice heat protection spray. There's so many different brands out there, so you're all probably using different ones, but just be aware, if you don't, you're gonna just really damage your hair. and try not to have the heat too high either. Okay, so I've done a bouncy and then I've done a straight curl. Right, so we're coming up to our last section. Right, so I'm just gonna go over again. I'm gonna do a bouncy curl. So straighten this in on the side, round, grab the hair back over on itself, make sure the ends are in at the bottom, wrap up like a pair of tongs. Be aware of the heat. You'll be quite surprised, this gets really hot. So, a straight curl, straighten this in on the side, over once, straight down, and then twist. Right, my last section. And this is really important, the last section up near the crown. You don't want a bouncy curl, you want it a bit more straighter looking. So straighten this on the side, just over once and straight down and twist. That's it. So you have something like this. Look at that, so you can see all the different curls going in. And if you're doing the front, I always bring it away from the face. So when you do like a nice colour, it just really makes the colour pop. If obviously a client wants it into the face, that's fair enough. But I always try and bring it away from the face so you get a nice curl going back. And I would do, right at the bottom of the section, I would do 2 straight curls, then a bouncy curl, 2 straight curls and then a bouncy, and then when you get to the top, just straight curls. Right, just going to clip the rest of the hair out of the way. So I'm literally just doing the back and that's it. So there's no point me doing all of it. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. So it's not in the way. Pin her out of the way. Right, just going to lift her off. So you've got some really nice curls going on. Now, to dress it out, I always ask my client to tilt the head back, get your hairspray, but you can put oil, run oil through, and then you can use like a texturizing spray as well, but I've only got hairspray with me tonight. But it's just as good. And I quite like hairspray because it gives it that sort of like rustic look. And I like to lift up the hair. And shake it out. Now you can use a brush, which I've got here, but I only like to use a brush if I'm doing a bit more of a polished look curl and it looks a bit more of like a glam big blow dry. When I do beachy, I like to use my fingers. So don't be afraid to put the hairspray in. If you think the beachy wave look is you've literally just got them in the sea, come out of the sea, the hair's been dried naturally by the sun, and it is that sort of like rustic-y look. So shake it all out, and don't be afraid to get your fingers in, and just bring it through, like so. And there you have it. You can dress it up however you like. Take it off from there. You've got some really nice beachy curls. There you go, so I hope you really enjoyed that tutorial, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. So the more you do it, bearing in mind this is on like a blockhead, so it's not the greatest, but you can really see all the different curls in there. And if she had like a bit more layers, it would have been like a bit higher up. You know, you could pin a few sections up as well. Actually, let me just do that. It would just make it look a bit better. That's it. By just doing that, should have done that in the first place. Just need to cut them really. There you go. So that is the tutorial how to do some nice beach waves, and yeah, go and do it yourself and have some fun. So thank you for watching, and give me a like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for people that have subscribed already. It's amazing, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. There you go. Just different, yeah, see that, and different angles. Like I say, it's on a doll's head, so, you know, but you can really see what we've achieved. You got like the big bouncy curl, and then you got the straighter look for it, but it just makes it nice and natural. But yeah, so if you've got like layers in there, it'll be a bit more higher up, but that's not bad on a doll's head either. There you go, that's better. See all the different curls. Okay, so thank you for watching, and yeah, please give me a thumbs up. Please, what was it? I've lost now. Please, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and thank you for subscribing if you have done, and share this video to others. And yeah, have fun doing your beachy waves. I'll see you soon. Bye.